This is Zorina. Welcome to my show. Welcome to everybody listening on Heal and Learn and on the Grow and Learn podcast. Today I'm going to be speaking about your MBI degree. Yeah, you heard it right. It's not MBA. It's MBI, Master of Business Intuition. Some of you might be laughing at this point, but others might be welcoming this topic. The subject of intuition is somewhat accepted in the business sphere, or at least people have a curiosity about it. It's not like the word spirituality, where it's a no-go, mostly. And intuition has been researched for tens of years. It's not like it's a new concept. It's been researched by psychologists. In 2002, there was a Nobel laureate in economics. His name is Daniel Kahneman, and he did a research for the Munich Business School, where he researched intuition and its effects on leadership and on business success. Previously, such research has been done by Jose Silva, the founder of the Silva method. As some of you may know, I've been teaching a course partially based on the Silva method, on techniques from the Silva method, for the past few years, and the results of it have been amazing. This course has been available on my platform, Heal and Learn. It's the Heal and Learn method. But now I would also like to help people who would like to start a business more effectively, who would like to manage their business, who would like to discover new avenues of their business, product development, solve problems in their organization. There are so many applications of you having increased intuition, you can't imagine. Even on the cost side, not only on the revenue side, on the cost side, finding new distributors, finding new suppliers. This is all can be improved and is driven a lot by your intuition. So some people argue, or that was the theory of the time, that intuition was mostly driven by experience. They would say the CEOs that were very successful, they were intuitive, yes, but they knew so much about the market. They knew so much about the industry that it was almost like innate. This experience turned into intuition. And this can be a part of it, because over time, when you inundate your logical mind with a lot of information that is relevant for the question you're trying to ask or the problem you're trying to solve, your intuition is going to come up with more and more creative solutions. So it's like the more you feed your left hemisphere of the brain with logical information, the more information you give it, the more nodes the right hemisphere has to, like, touch points to create a solution, the more determinants. So it becomes more and more creative. Now, Jose Silva, the founder of the Silva method, discovered that about 10% of all people across the board are born naturally with intuitive abilities. And he defines intuitive abilities as the ability to access the subconscious mind, which he measured to be an alpha brainwave state of mind. He used EEGs, electroencephalograms. So he measured that people who were more successful, who were able to improve their results at work, their profitability, who managed to bring their companies forward in terms of growth, these people were actually naturally functioning in alpha. He made his research over 40 years, and one piece of research that was done in the 70s, long ago, but it doesn't matter because it still applies, was done with CEOs. So what he discovered is that 40 groups of CEOs, each group had at least 5 CEOs. So in 40 groups of CEOs, the ones who naturally resided in alpha level most of the time, or who took their decisions in alpha level, because they would come in and out of this brainwave activity. We do so naturally a few times a day anyhow, multiple times a day. So people who resided in alpha before they gave an answer or before they took a decision, these people had managed to double their profit in the previous 5 years. This was the finding of Jose Silva. And there were a lot of determinants of this research, but the ones that didn't use alpha level had very average results across the line. They didn't guess what he called guessing is actually they didn't use their intuition to find information about the right answer. He proved that success and intuition are highly linked. There's a high correlation. It's not like intuition is nice to have. If you want to succeed, you would need to use this expanded state of mind to source additional information, to even access higher intelligence. Higher intelligence can be defined in many ways by whatever your belief, but it is your expanded state of mind where you access this information unavailable to everybody else. Okay, so is this a mindset game though? I know there are a lot of people that talk about mindset, that teach people on mindset, and most of the leadership trainings in the end use these hard tools, communication skills. We call them soft, but when you compare them to the training of your expanded state of mind, they're actually hard because they still use beta, the beta state of mind, the thinking. How should I communicate? How should I treat this and that person? What should my reward system be if you're in HR? What kind of a person should I hire for that position? Most of the consultants that companies hire teach you these skills from the left hemisphere side of the brain, from the logical part, from the MBA standpoint, right? But it's proven beyond the level of the doubt that if you use this expanded information that you have access to in alpha level, when you're completely relaxed, when your mind is able to access all these synapses of the brain that it normally doesn't, from the center of your brain, then you are going to be able to make a better decision, select the right candidate, make the right choice about a product or a pricing to launch. And this is what I call the MBI, Master of Business Intuition. You're able to use this knowledge to apply it further to get ahead of competition, because competition uses only MBA methods and you use MBI methods. Going back to Daniel Kahneman, who is the Nobel laureate in economics in 2002 that I told you about, who made some research on intuition in the Munich Business School. So he states that intuition is much faster. And so you're able to make faster decisions because the computing power is in the center of your brain. And mind you, it's not a brain game, it's a mind game. So some of this information is outside of you, but you're still able to access it. And here is where we step into esoterics and what some call spirituality. But these are things that business people will soon come to realize, because intuition is already a proof of this. Intuition is not simply something that is internal knowledge and all the information that you contain in your brain. It's also information that you can source or even influence other people, because it is not only about intuitive information and knowing how to do stuff and decision making. It's a large part of it, but it is also about influencing. How do you influence another? How do you improve a relationship with another? How do you make a sale? How do you make sure that you get selected for the right job? Or how can you make sure that the person will like you? So all these things are programmable in advance. And when I'm speaking about programmable, I'm not talking about AI, I'm talking about real innate human abilities of our subconscious mind. When we have a grasp of it, we can encode these things or program these things that are not only a function of our own psychology and of our own behavior. To a large part, they may be, So we are programming ourselves, but we're also programming a certain situation. So this is when any area of life can benefit from the use of expanded states of consciousness. Now, as I said, Daniel Kahneman said you need to inundate your mind with all kinds of information. That helps if you have experience. So surely, if you want to be successful in business, you need to know all the logical whys and hows and data and so on. But to solve the thing in a creative way, to make the best decision, to select the best candidates, information that your logical mind alone has no access to, then you need to go to the MBI. You need to go to the creative solutions to accessing this higher state of mind. I'm going to be talking more about using intuition for business. So do join my Facebook group, Master of Business Intuition, MBI, and sign up. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be discussing this and how exactly it can be used in the coming episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to Grow and Learn. We hope that you found our podcast informative, engaging, and inspiring. Our mission is to help you keep growing and learning, and we hope that our conversations and insights have provided you with practical advice and useful perspectives. If you're looking for personalized support and guidance to help you achieve your personal or professional growth objectives, I offer a range of services to help. As a trusted management partner and mentor, I work with businesses in the process of transformation, looking for new streams of business, as well as M&A. With an extensive professional network of experts and mentors, I can bring on board the right person or team based on the specific needs of the company I'm working with. To learn more about the services I offer and how I can help you achieve your goals, visit my website at growandlearn.org. You can also reach out to me via email or social media. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this episode of Grow and Learn, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback is important to us, and it helps us to continue to create content that is relevant and valuable to our listeners. Thanks again for listening, and we look forward to sharing more insights and perspectives with you in the future.